You're listening to the Bearded Theologians podcast, hosted by Zach Bechtold and Matt Franks. If you'd like to learn more about the Bearded Theologians, you can go online at beardedtheologians.com, where we have past podcasts, blogs, and a couple items for sale. So check us out, beardedtheologians.com. Thank you for listening, and enjoy this week's show. All right, so you're listening to the Bearded Theologians podcast, hosted by Matt Franks.
And Zach Bechtold.
So this week on the podcast, we're going to talk about how God's love prevails. So Zach, as we're sitting here at the Rockies game, what are some ways you experience God's love prevailing?
Obviously through baseball, right? I mean, that's... Why not? I was hoping you were going to flip the camera around. Really...
So, check that. The question is, how's God's love prevail as we do finish up our last of our series on Table Talks? And so, Zach, as you think about that, what are some things that come up for you?
Yeah, really for me, the way in which God's love prevails really is through grace. I think that's the easiest and hardest way for me to explain it is just God's love and grace for all people, no matter where we are, who we are, what we've been through, where we're going, what we're doing. Just the overwhelming grace that we have in this life is the biggest way for me that God's love prevails. Matt, what about you?
You know, as I think about this and have thought about this for the last couple of weeks, I think for me, it's not only just prevailing like we would want it to, but it's prevailing through us, allowing God to work on us and through us so that God's love can prevail and we can be a beacon of hope for God and God's work in this world. And, you know, it's one of those things that, like, for it to happen, we have to be aware, but also be willing to allow God to do that, just work on us and through us. So, Zach, as you think about that, and hopefully, you know, as we think about being here at a baseball game, you know, what are some things that, like, kind of come up for you? Not only thinking about that, but some of the things that we've talked about.
Yeah, sure. I mean, thinking about it in terms of, gosh, we're coming out of Pentecost, right? And the Holy Spirit, and like you said, God's work and movement through us, and love through us and what we do, and the movement of the Holy Spirit that moves us towards that, right? That brings us into relationship with God, with ourselves, and with others in this world, where the Holy Spirit's already at work, right? And when I think about God's love prevailing, it's such a big concept, right? In as the Holy Spirit is, in bringing us into that, I think often we get stuck in, we're going to make God's love be here now. We're going to make the Holy Spirit be here now. It's already here. We're to join. We're to join all of it, God in this work, through the Spirit and through grace and through this love and all of the ways. And so, really, that's the fun thing about it, right? Like, it's always something different. It's always in a different place. It's always in the place we least expect, because we're not manufacturing it. God's love and grace is there. God's love prevails in such a way that we find it in the most unlikely of places and join God in the work in that.
Yeah, and, you know, one of the verses I used for preparation for this is Romans 8. You know, nothing can separate us from God's love. And while Paul's list is great, I really like just the fact that nothing can separate us from God's love. And to me, when we keep that in mind and we keep the opportunity of God working on us and through us, that allows God's love to prevail. Think that'd be a good place to land for today?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and the Rockies are now up 2-0 in the bottom of the second here at the baseball game with 2 outs, or no outs actually, and Jackson Pofar is up. Let's hopefully this goes well. So for the Bearded Theologians, I'm Matt Franks.
I'm Zach Bechtold. Label.
I want you to subscribe and like this video and push that thumbs up.
Thank you for listening to the Bearded Theologians podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on all social media outlets. You can check out old episodes and more information at beardedtheologians.com. Thanks for checking us out.